Hold your hands. Before that, let's welcome all of you. Say Haribol three times. Haribol,
Ball,
Haribol,
ball,
Haribol. Sorry for the
ball.
delay. Had to prepare. So thank you so much. Let's start. Begin. Please hold your hands and repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Cheva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tado Jayamudhiraye
To Jayamudiraet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Taprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya
Bhagavadi Uttamasloke
Bhagavati Uttamasloke
Bhaktir Bhavade Naishtikim
Bhaktir Naistikam
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilidam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Lokanath Swamini Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswada Deve Guruvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Harihi Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining. Very auspicious satsang, hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, the Krishna book, the pastimes of Krishna. This is hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada, the purport and the details. So this is our great fortune that we are here, go through and hear this beautiful pastimes of Krishna. As Krishna says that one who knows my transcendental appearance and activities upon leaving the body never comes back into this material world. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yovedi tattvadaha tekva deham punarjanma naidi mamedi so Arjuna. In the fourth chapter, Krishna is telling. Janma karma cha me divyam, Krishna's transcendental appearance and activities are divine. One who knows this, upon leaving the body, never comes back into this material world again. So, dear devotees, is guaranteed as Krishna's promise. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, one who knows my transcendental appearance and activities. So Kartik is full of understanding and realizing this aspect of Krishna's aspect of who is Krishna, Krishna's transcendental appearance and activities. Many times people take it very lightly and they think that Krishna is an ordinary person. Or some, if it goes beyond, they think that Krishna was a great hero. Somebody maybe more goes beyond, he was a great personality. Somebody may go beyond, they say that, okay, Krishna is some of the extraordinary potency and personality, or maybe in the category of Brahma, maybe in the category of Vishnu, maybe goes like that. If some impersonalist or somebody goes beyond that, they think that, oh, Krishna is, everything, and then, he is God, but not like, so they think that, oh, Krishna is also an incarnation. Many times people has this notion, concept that, okay, Krishna is also an incarnation. And many times in India, when they put this Dashavadara, they put the eighth Avadara as Krishna in that. So then they think that everything comes from Vishnu. But there is also a confusion there. So everybody has this confusion. So that's where that we are coming to this Kartik, month of Kartik. It is proclaiming, it is revealing that who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's Sri Satyavrata Muni revealing that Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. He is the Supreme Lord. I offer my humble obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Namam Ishwaram. That what is his form? Satchidananda Rupa. He is eternal, full of bliss, full of potency. Satchidananda Rupa. Lasat Kundalam Gogule Brajamanam. And he appeared, manifested in the Brajabhumi, in the Gokule Brajamanam. And this is the beautiful pastimes. That's what is Satyavrata Muni and all acharyas is again and again insisting us to understand this fact and keep reading, keep reciting, and bring that consciousness to within us so that we can be Krishna conscious. We will be very clear, will be very pure with that understanding. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here on this month of Kartik, we are going through this beautiful pastimes of Krishna. So this way that we can more and more meditate upon him. So Krishna, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that one who remembers the pastimes of Krishna, one who engages in the pastimes of Krishna, one who one who engage in the activities of Krishna. So this way, that is all this consciousness, his mind is always occupied. So this is called Krishna consciousness. Some may not be able to chant, properly, or as it says that sadadam kirtayando mam, sadadam kirtayando mam. But sometimes it's not possible. We cannot 24 hours we cannot sit and chant. So rather, there is a question that okay, how we can always be Krishna conscious? Yes, by hearing, while driving, while doing, while in the kitchen or while outside, backyard or doing some work outside. All the time we can hear the glories of Krishna. We can talk about glories of Krishna. We have so many devotees, whenever they open their mouth, they just start to talk about the glories of Krishna. There are so many wonderful services, even not only in the temple, even at the home in this month of Kartik. And this very, very auspicious that everyone gets up in the morning and offer the Gilam to the Supreme Lord, chant the holy name and cooking for the Lord, go to the work and having these vows and the fasting and all those things. What is all about? This is the way that we will be always Krishna conscious. It's not that only one way that we can be Krishna conscious. This way we can be always Krishna conscious. So in the evening we come here and we hear the glories of the pastimes of Krishna. So this way we can. So this is the practice. My Guru Maharaj was saying that by this end of this month of Kartik, one can attain mantra siddhi. Mantra siddhi means that one will be always develop a taste for always chanting the holy name. Even if they are not doing anything else, they will be always chanting, reciting, or in their core heart, they are always chanting the holy name of Krishna. Even in their sleep, they will be chanting. It's called mantra siddhi because we will become pure by this. That's why it is mentioned that 30 days of this Kartik, one should observe and conscious of Krishna so that he will be always Krishna conscious. By the end of this month of Kartik, one even can attain their spiritual nature. So this is so powerful, so wonderful. So we are here to hear that the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So yesterday we were going through, Harikishore Prabhu was nicely explained about Krishna killing the Valsatsura and Bakasura. It was so nice to hear. And Srila Prabhupada, this is the excerpts from the Srimad Bhagavatam. The chapters and the verses, Srila Prabhupada expanded this and bring it to us very simple, easily understandable form as Krishna book. Krishna. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. So in a very simple and in a detailed form, so that we all can read and relish the pastimes of Krishna. So this is one of the best, compilation of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam of Srila Prabhupada put this for everybody. Especially when Srila Prabhupada came here from the Western world, devotees wanted to understand more because there were not much time left. See, if it's mentioned that one should read Srimad Bhagavatam from the first canto to the last canto, continuously or consequently. So, but when we come to 10th canto, it takes a lot of time. And then in order to understand more about Krishna and Krishna's pastimes, So Srila Prabhupada men then compiled this Krishna book, so everybody can take this Krishna book and read all the time. Especially one has to read Krishna book on the month of Kartik, on the auspicious day of Ekadashi. One should read Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna book. So we'll be always Krishna conscious, dear devotees. This is our great fortune that Lord is showering the mercy upon us, nothing else. So that we can be always Krishna conscious. What is the benefit of Krishna conscious? We will go back to home, back to Godhead. We'll be always in the spiritual association of Krishna, not in this material world entangled here and again and again. So I'm not getting. Let's get into the actual pastimes of Krishna killing the Agasura demon. So then yesterday, and Krishna killed already the Valsasura, and Krishna was a small. This is called Krishna's age is divided. The first age is actually called the Kaumara age, Kumara, up to 4. Then 5 to 10 is called the age of Pauganda. Then from there to 11 to 15 is considered as the Kaishora or Kaishora. Then it's 16 to Yavana. This is the divisions of Krishna's age. So Krishna was just turned to Pauganda. So this is the time Krishna got in charge of taking care of cows. So this is the time Krishna killed Valsatsura because a demon came in the form of a calf. Krishna killed. And Krishna understood and realized who is this demon, as we know that. So Krishna is Antaryami. He is Paramatma. He is a supreme soul. He is a super soul. He is seated in everyone's heart. He is in everything. He is pervaded in everything in the form of Parabrahma or Brahman. So as Krishna says that Sarvasya Jagam Hridisannivishto Madagas Madhurgyanam Abohanam Ja. I am seated in everyone's heart. Krishna is there. Because of Krishna, we are existing. If Krishna is not there, if the Supreme Lord is not there, we won't even exist. We completely depend upon Krishna. So Krishna is there in everybody's heart. So Krishna can understand who is who and who is doing what and what is what. All Krishna can understand. He can understand. And without a will of the Lord, even a blade of grass doesn't move. So Krishna is supreme, all powerful. Krishna is omnipotent. He is in everything. He is full of potency. He is the potency. He is the everything. And he is omnipresent. He is everywhere. Even a small atom, he is there. His potency is there. And he is omniscient. He can see everything. Nothing can be hid from Krishna because he is in within and he is, without. He is inside, he is outside. Right? We sing these beautiful prayers of Narasimha. Bahir Narasimha, Hridaye Narasimha, Narasimha Madhim, Sharanam Prabhadhye. Ido Narasimha, Parado Narasimha. Narasimha is here, Narasimha is also there. Bahir Narasimha, Hridaye Narasimha. Narasimha is in the heart. Narasimha is on the outside as well. Like that. The Lord is everywhere. So nothing we cannot separate from Lord in anything. So this is the understanding that we should always have. And then, of course, people perceive the Lord in different ways. Yogis perceive the Lord in their heart as Paramatma. And then the impersonalists or Brahmavadis, they see Lord in as a Brahman. That means he pervaded in everything. So he pervaded in everything. But the devotees, goes beyond from the concept of the Paramatma, which he is everything, he is in everything, he is in everything atom. This is general idea, general concept. That's also a good realization. That's also a wonderful realization, Paramatma. Then yogis always meditate upon that Paramatma within the heart. Then the yogis see the Lord within the heart. So the yogis think that, okay, when they awaken their consciousness in such a way that they also attain some kinds of siddhi, the mercy of the Lord from the Paramatma, they get some siddhi, some yogis. But on the other hand, the impersonalists of the Brahmavadis, they see Lord is in everything. That's also another wonderful understanding that we should have. We always have. The Lord is pervaded in everything. Everything is Lord's creation. And Lord is in everything. Nothing we can separate from him. He sees Lord in everything. This is a Paramatma realization. But on the other hand, devotees goes further. Devotees have direct perceptions. Devotees have direct relationship. Devotees have direct understanding. Devotees have wonderful wonderful relationship with Krishna and union with Krishna, that Supreme Lord. And how one can get this? When they matured in their devotion. When they matured in their devotion, they may be initially the Jnanavadis or the Brahmavadis. We know that. The four Kumaras. Four Kumaras were initially, they were Brahmavadis. Similarly, they were seeing the Lord in everything. They were meditating upon that impersonal form. And then they were doing, and they were reading and Shastras, everything, they are meditating upon that. But the moment when they smell the tulasi leaves which was offered at the lotus feet of the Krishna, the Supreme Lord, so then they completely changed and transformed. Then they could see the beautiful form of the Lord. So yes, this is a gradual process. So one has to come to that stage that by their devotion, then they come to that understanding by the mercy of the Lord. They perceive the form of the Lord. They understand that Lord has a form. He is the Supreme Lord. He has a form. He has wonderful activities that's called pastimes. He has an abode. He always in this full of knowledge and full of potency and full of bliss. And he has paraphernalia. He has a dham. He has parshadas. He has associates. He has beautiful, beautiful pastimes. He always engages in the pastimes and along with his devotees. So this devotee has this realization. When the devotee has this realization and serve accordingly, so these devotees can come only to serve Krishna. So in otherwise, they may say Parabrahman, they meditate upon the Lord, but they are not really serving anything. But when we say a devotee comes to the stage of serving Krishna, then what happens? They have direct opportunity to serve Krishna. So they talk about Krishna. They meditate upon the beautiful form of the Lord instead of impersonal. So when they meditate upon the beautiful form of the Lord, and then they see the beautiful eyes, and this will be manifested to the devotees. Who is the devotee? One who engages in the loving devotional service, one who establishes the relationship with the Lord. So they are called the devotees. So devotees means one who has devoted to Krishna. And such devotees, such beautiful, such sincere souls, that Krishna provide the mercy upon them, so that they can see Krishna, they can relate upon them, they can serve Krishna, they can talk about Krishna, they can worship Krishna and the Krishna in the form of like Archa Vigraha. That's what is dear devotees all over the world. And as devotees, they perceive the Lord in this beautiful, beautiful form. So then what happens? Lord appears before such devotees to reciprocate their love and devotion. The throughout this entire scriptures and all the Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, to proclaim, upkeep that upheld this aspect of Krishna is a person, the Supreme Lord. So he comes down into this material world to reciprocate with his devotees, to interact with his devotees, to fulfill the desires of his devotees. That means devotees wanted always personal to serve Krishna. So when the devotees desires like that, when they have intense desires, when their desires are matured, pure, sincere, and then Lord comes to that such people. That's why another benefit of being Krishna conscious, being a devotee is Sri Krishna Akarshani, which attracts Krishna, and it also gives immense bliss. Santrananda Visheshatma is all gives to his dear devotees. And Krishna always says that, I am Naham Dishtandi Vaikunde, I am not seated in the Vaikunda, nor in the Brahmana, nor in the I am seated in the heart of the devotees. Yatra Gayandi Tatra Tatra Dishtami Narada, Yatra Gayandi. Wherever my devotees are chanting my names and glories, I am seated there. That's why, dear devotees, Krishna always, always reciprocate to his devotees. So all these wonderful pastimes we can see is Krishna killing Agasura, Valsasura, and all that Krishna wanted to protect. Krishna wanted to protect his devotees. That's the first and the foremost, as Krishna says to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. As Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhuna. I protect my devotees. I personally come and protect. That's what we can see, that he personally comes. He personally comes and protect his devotees. So like that, throughout this, wonderful pastimes of Krishna, when Krishna was very little, and we can see that very baby form, or we can say Kamara, even just 4 years old. So Krishna was just turned to Pauganda. That's what is Krishna got this opportunity to herd the calves. Krishna got only this opportunity to herd the calves. Tomorrow is Gopashtami, and this is the day Krishna got an opportunity to herd the cows. So there is a beautiful pastimes and discussions between Mother Yashoda and Krishna on the day how Krishna got the opportunity to herd the cows. So these are all wonderful, wonderful pastimes of Krishna. So Krishna's the charm and the beauty and the wonderful activities, dear devotees, that's where we have to always, that's our sadhana. When we meditate upon Krishna, that is our samadhi. Then when you meditate upon Krishna's beauty, that's our samadhi. People go to the forest and samadhi on the impersonal. But a devotee, he relishes, and a Krishna reciprocate accordingly. There is no better, the devotional service is there rather than, engage in the service. So Krishna reciprocate, and we have wonderful, beautiful forms of the Lord in the altar. One can go and serve the Lord and look at the eyes of the Lord, look at the lotus feet of the Lord, hands of the Lord. One can really perceive and connect with the Lord. So this is the benefit of being a devotee. So that's where then Krishna reciprocate accordingly. So like that, Sukadev Goswami was initially a Brahmavadi, Brahma Yogi. But the moment Sukadev Goswami heard the pastimes of Pudana, Pudana was, came to kill Krishna. But then what Krishna, because of the little service Pudana did to Krishna and served the milk, and then what happened? Krishna even liberated Pudana, as then Krishna took Mother Pudana as his own mother, one of his mother. So this is Krishna. Hearing this, the beautiful and the merciful Lord, even Sukadeva Goswami completely transformed and started to went back to Vyasadeva. Initially, as soon as Sukadeva Goswami appeared in this from the womb of the mother, and he just immediately departed to the forest and meditating. But then devotees went again and again, they started to, tell and recite this, and then heard this one. Then Sukadeva Goswami came back to Vyasadeva and then learned all this and then completely transformed himself. And by just reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami attained the Supreme Lord. Just by hearing Parishit Maharaj attained the Supreme Lord, dear devotees. So this is what is Krishna saying and revealing. That's why it's so important that we put together this on this month of Kartik. Just hear, just listen the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, and one can attain Krishna perfection. One can attain the perfection, go back to home, back to Godhead. So this pastimes is occurred after that. So this is a very beautiful, and I would read and go through and then summarize this. Once the Lord decided to go early in the morning with all his cowherd boyfriends to the forest, where they were to assemble together and take lunch. As soon as he got up from bed, he blew his buffalo horn, bugle, and called all his friends together. Keeping the calves before them, they started for the forest in a great procession. In this way, Lord Krishna assembled thousands of his boyfriends. They were each equipped with a stick, flute, and horn, as well as lunch bag. Each of them was taking care of thousands of cows. All the boys appeared very jolly and happy in that excursion. Each and every one of them, including Krishna, was attentive to his personal cows as herded them in the different places in the forest. The boys were fully decorated with various kinds of golden ornaments. Yet, out of spotting propensities, they began to pick up flowers, leaves, twigs, peacock feathers, and red clay from different places in the forest, further decorate themselves in a different ways. While passing through the forest, one boy stole another boy's lunch package and passed it to third. And when the boys whose lunch package was stolen came to know of it, he tried to take it back, but the boy who had it threw it to another boy. This sportive playing went on amongst the boys as childhood pastime. The devotees, very, very beautiful to hear the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Just to see Krishna in that baby form, even Lord Shiva came down and says that this is very rare to have such form. As we all know that Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma, 1,000 yuga cycle. That means 8.64 billion years. That's why Krishna comes directly in this world. 8.64 billion years after. So it's very rare to have Krishna's form like this. So and that Krishna is coming down and reciprocating with his devotees, his dear devotees, his pure devotees. And Krishna was playing. I know that when Krishna was in the Gokul, Krishna was stealing butter along with all his friends. And Krishna's primary concern was not to eat himself, but to give it out to his friends. He would take that extreme risk, climbing up and hanging down and all. What? He wanted to give all this to all his friends. See how Krishna is so dear to his devotees. He's known as Bhakta Valsala. He himself, he will sell himself to his devotees. This is what is everywhere we can see that. In entire pastime, this is the greatness of the Krishna, one who just little bit, even Patram Pushpam Bhalam Doyam. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad 9th chapter. Patram Pushpam Bhalam Domi Yome Eva Prechadi. I mean, one who offers me little flower, water, a leaf, a fruit, I will accept it with the devotion. I will accept it. So this is Krishna, dear devotees. Even a little that Krishna we do to Krishna, Krishna never forget. Krishna would never forget. Always remember this. And he was, in order to please his friends, Krishna would take any risk, no matter what, any risk. So I was giving this example one time. Krishna, went to one devotee's home, one gopis home, and just knocked the door early in the morning. And he just knocked it, and then this gopi opened the door and said that, and as Krishna was just pretending like that, oh, mom, oh, mother, this is my mother Yashoda Maya told me, and come here and ask for some butter and some milk. There are some great yogis are going to come to our house. So can you give us quickly? As soon as this gopi heard that Mother Yashoda is requesting, so she went inside and she gave all this, whatever the milk and the yogurt and the butter, everything to Krishna. And along with the Krishna had these friends also, they also carried. Now Mother Yashoda never asked all these things. But when this gopi heard that Mother Yashoda requested, okay, then, Mother Yashoda was also the queen of, the Vrindavan there, Nanda Baba, Nanda Maharaj. And then, okay, bye. Krishna said, okay, bye. Okay, thank you. And then this gopi closed the door. Then what happened? What did Krishna did? Krishna just around in their courtyard. Krishna and all his friends sat down there and then started to share all this butter and the milk and everything. And little while, this gopi was hearing some sound, jiggling sound and some moving sound. Then Gopi opened the door and they saw that Krishna and all the friends were sitting there around and eating this very lavishly and eating each other and giving to other and even giving to the monkeys, and everybody was there. The Gopi got so upset and angry. This Krishna asked Krishna, Krishna, you told me that Mother Yashoda requested some yogis, some sages are going to come. So Krishna pointed out each of them and said that these are the yogis I consider. What do you think? You think that this my friends are as an ordinary person? They are even greater than yogis. And that I brought it for them. So where is my fault? So this was Krishna. So Mother Yashoda, then this gopi was completely, then they just ran, from there. So this is what is Krishna always does to his devotees. So wonderful to hear. And this wonderful childhood pastimes, there are so many out there. Due to time, I am not getting into it. So then after that, when Lord Krishna went ahead to a distant place in order to see some specific scenery, the boys behind him ran to try to catch him up and be the first to touch him. So there was a great competition. Or one would say, I will go there and touch Krishna. And another would say, oh, you cannot go. I will touch Krishna first. Some of them played on their flutes or vibrated bugles and made of buffalo horn. Some of them gladly followed the peacocks and imitated the sounds of the cuckoo. While the birds were flying in the sky, the boys ran after bird shadows along the ground and tried to follow their exact courses. Some of them went to the monkeys and silently sat down by them, and some of them imitated the dancing of the peacocks. Some of them caught monkeys by the tail and played with them. And when the monkeys jumped into the tree, the boys followed. When a monkey showed its face and teeth, the boy imitated and showed his teeth to the monkey. Some of the boys played with the frogs on the bank of Yamuna. And when out of fear the frogs jumped into the water, the boys immediately dove after them. When the boys came out of the water, saw their own shadows, they would stand imitating, making caricatures and laughing. They would also go to an empty well and make loud sounds. When the echo came back, they would call it ill names and laugh. The devotees, this was a wonderful, wonderful childhood actually. I think that many of us, many of you must have done all these things. I remember, many of these childhood, mischievous things, go to the well, empty wells, and talking and making sound, and then echo is coming back, so many things like that, climbing on the trees, and so many things, pelting the stones here and there, so many things. So this is the childhood, childish activity, childhood path. But think about, this is Krishna. Krishna wanted to be with one of them. Krishna doesn't want to be that I am the Lord. Krishna wanted to relish that the equal, that's called Sakiras. When that one can develop the Sakiras with Krishna, Krishna would also come down to that level. Then, as we know that friends are, quite equal. So Krishna would consider, we know that the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, Krishna is carrying their friends, defeated them, and all these wonderful, wonderful things. So, and endless. Why Krishna? Krishna is a supreme Lord, and he wanted to, shower his mercy and provide all this. And he also wanted to be with his devotees. So even a little that we do for Krishna, Krishna would reciprocate that million times, thousand times back to your devotees. So then, as stated personally by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Bhagavad Gita, he is realized proportionately transcendentalist as Brahman, Paramatma, and Supreme Personality of Godhead. So as I mentioned that, as it's Vadanti tat tat vidat tatum yat jnanam abhyayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavan iti shabdeye. He is also perceived as Paramatma, Brahman, and Supreme Personality of Godhead called Bhagavan. Here, in confirmation of the same statement, Lord Krishna, who awards the impersonalist the pleasure of Brahman realization by his bodily effulgence, also gives to the devotees as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This was I was mentioning in the beginning. Those who are under the spell of the external energy, Maya, take him only as beautiful child. So this is what it is. So when one who has completely covered by this external energy of the Lord Maya, and they think that, okay, this is an ordinary person, this is just a. But when the devotees comes under the Yoga Maya. And the other externalists of material energy, or the Mayavadis, or they are completely covered by the material energy, they come to Mahamaya, or the external energy of the Lord. So here you two Mayas in the place. One is Yoga Maya, that's internal potency of the Lord, internal energy of the Lord. So when the devotees comes under this internal, that's why they develop such a love for the Lord. Mother Yashoda developed such a love for the Lord as a Valsalya, as a motherly affection. So there is no other rasa, there is no other aspect of it. Just the mother Yashoda just feel that this is my child. Where that coming from? It is coming from that the Yoga Maya, the internal potency of the Lord. Like that, all these wonderful children, all these cowherd boys, and Krishna's friends, and they think Krishna is one of them. But that is a Yogamaya potency. But on the other hand, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here that the people who thinks that it's an ordinary boy, or he's placed like other child. That is, he is under the spell of the Mahamaya, or the external energy. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 11th verse. As Krishna says, the Avajanadi Mam Huda Manushintanu Masudam Parambhava Janando Mama Bhuda. Okay. As Krishna says that when fools derides me when I come down on this material world, right? I descend into this form. Fools derides me. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. So fools derides me. Mudha. And there are so many places Krishna says this word Mudha. Mudha means the foolish, Mudha. And Krishna says that Namam Dushkridino Mudha Prabhadyante Naradava. Namam, the Muda, the foolish, the utterly foolish never comes to me, or they don't even realize. So why they don't realize? Krishna says in the 7th chapter, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavruda Mudo Bhina Abhijanadi Yogo Mama Javagya. Krishna again says the Muda, foolish. And Krishna says that I do not reveal to the foolish and unintelligent. I cover with my internal potency, so that they do not know me that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotees, this is that one who says, okay, there is no God. We can think that he is the number one fool, because of he does not have that intelligence or the knowledge or there is no mercy at all. So this is where one can understand that, where that mercy comes. One comes to that stage of the pure devotion, dear devotees. He is the most intelligent person, and he is the most knowledgeable person, and he is the most merciful person. Because of he comes to he has the mercy of the Lord. Then only one can realize and understand this transcendental aspect of it. So like that, it's Srila Prabhupada says that Maya take him only as a beautiful child. Yet he gave full transcendental pleasure to the cowherd boys who played with him. Only after accumulating heaps of pious activities were those boys promoted to personally associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See that in their past life, they were all pure devotees, they were doing the pious activities. Then one get that chance to play with Krishna. So this is called Sakiras. So Arjuna had this opportunity to play with Krishna or to be with Krishna as a friend. So they were equally, they were sitting on the same bed, they were eating on the same plate. So Krishna, the Supreme Lord, your devotees, he is the cause of all the causes, he is the proprietor of everything, he is the source of everything. And then that Supreme Personality of Godhead, why Krishna wanted to reciprocate even a little love that one offers, Krishna would definitely reciprocate to that. No doubt into that. So, like this, Srila Prabhupada very beautifully mentioned that only after accumulating heaps of pious activities were those boys promoted to personally associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dear devotees, anybody has this opportunity to serve in the temple, to cook for the Lord, to offer the arati to the Lord, to worship the Lord, to hear about the Lord. This is all, dear devotees, think about that Lord's mercy first of all. Second, that wonderful pious credits and activities which are executed in the past life, past life, past life. That's why we are here and meditating upon that Supreme Lord. Hearing means seeing that Supreme Lord. Being associating with the Supreme Lord. Hearing means association. Hearing means seeing. Hearing means engaging in the loving service to the Lord. So these are all things are there when you just hear about the glories of the Lord and you are being with the Lord. So it's wonderful, wonderful things. So as it's mentioned that one may search for Krishna, the Supreme Personality Godhead, through the pages of Vedas and Upanishad, but it is difficult to find him there. However, one who is fortunate enough to associate with a devotee can see the Supreme Personality Godhead face to face. Dear devotees, Srila Prabhupada was very exclusively mentioned that by the mercy of Krishna or mercy of a devotee, as it says that Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Lada Bija. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastrakaya, Levamatra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhihaya. By the association of the devotees, he gets the mercy. By the mercy of a devotee, one attains Krishna, and one the mercy of a Krishna, then one attains a spiritual master, a guru. So like that. So it's all mercy that either from the devotee or from Krishna, that's actually making us our life perfect and successful. So then what happens goes like that. And then wonderful pastimes Krishna was. When Lord Krishna was enjoying his childhood pastimes with his boyfriends, one Agasura demon became very impatient. He was unable to tolerate seeing Krishna play so happily. So this Agasura was none other than the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura. So then this Agasura was so much in enmity with Krishna, so much in enmity. And he was looking for an opportunity to somehow to kill Krishna. So then what happened? Kamsa also incited and encouraged this Agasura kill Krishna, kill Krishna. So that's what is mentioning here. Therefore, he appeared before the boys, intending to kill them all. This Agasura was so dangerous that even the denizens of heavens were afraid of him. Although the denizens of heaven drank nectar daily to prolong their lives, they were afraid of this Agasura and were wondering, when will this demon be killed? The denizens used to drink nectar to become immortal, but actually they were not confident of their immortality. On the other hand, the boys who were playing with Krishna had no fear of the demons. They were free of fear. Any material arrangement for protecting oneself from the death is always unsure. But if one is in Krishna conscious, then immortality is confidently assured. So this word, always remember that. Take that words very clearly, dear devotees. So immortality, people, like the demigods, especially. In order to attain immortality, they even drank the nectar and Lord personally served, but still they are not sure. They are always having this afraid, fearfulness. Anybody who is in this material world has this fear. I'm going to lose everything because of they are in the comfort of the material, the things. The moment it loses, they have this fear, I'm going to lose this, I'm going to lose this. Why? Because of they are so attached to this material world. Even that is not free from the demigods. They are also subject to all this. Even though they are immortal, they already drank the nectar, but they are also have this fear. But one who takes the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, they would be fearless. Abhaya charanara vindare. Abhaya. Bhaya means fear, and Abhaya, one who takes the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, one who is Krishna conscious, they will not have any fear. And as if they can easily invite the death, they don't fear for anything. We know that the Prahlad Maharaj, the story of Prahlad Maharaj, and I'm not getting it, everybody knows that what happened to Prahlad Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, when it was just 5 years old, he went to forest, ferocious animals, he is fearless because of he has that devotion, he has that decided. And of course, Naradev showered the mercy upon Dhruva Maharaj. He went to forest and then he completed his sadhana. So like that, devotees are fearless. Abhay Charanara Vindari, as it says that, the Govinda Das mentioned that, Bhajahure Mana Govind Bhajahure Mana Srinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare, one who takes the shelter of the Abhaya Charanara Vindare, Govinda Nandana, right? Srinandana. So one who takes the shelter of the Supreme Lord, then he will become Abhaya. That's why Srila Prabhupada's name is also Abhaya Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Abhaya Charanara is seeing as a devotee is always fearless. So get the title of Abhaya Charanara Vinda. So like that, then demon Agasura came before Krishna and his friends. Agasura happened to be the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura. And he thought, Krishna has killed my brother and sister. Now I shall kill him along with all his friends and calves. Agasura was instigated by Kamsa. So he had come with a determination. Agasura also thought that when he would offer grains and water in memory of his brother and sister, and then kill Krishna and all the cowherd boys, then automatically all the inhabitants of Vrindavana would die. Generally, for the householders, the children are the life and the breath force. When all the children die, then naturally the parents also die on account of strong affection for them. So the devotees. So this way, what happens? Agasura was planning. Agasura then became so big. It's mentioned that he became like huge, like 6 miles long, and he has a like, siddhi, because all the demons have this kinds of siddhi. He's called Mahima Siddhi because of he has this Ashta Siddhi, Mahima and Ligima, all the siddhis. He became so huge. He opened his mouth and this, the tip, the upper part of the mouth, the jaws, and it touches the cloud, and the lower part he just left it like that. And he saw that when he opened his mouth and left it like that, it's like a royal road. It's like in a reddish color royal road, his tongue and all. So this is the time, this all the Gopas, they are coming along with the Krishna. They saw that. And when Agasura saw that, all this, and they were looking at what is this? They have not seen this before like this. They somehow realized that this is a creature. And this is the creature that somehow, and then they realize that something is going to happen, but they don't have that fear because of Krishna is there with them. They were very lavish. They were talking each other. We would go inside. Why? And the other says that no, no, no. Krishna is there. Krishna is there to protect us. They devotees, this is what is we need to have. When we worship Krishna, when we devoted to Krishna, we should have fearless in everything. This is called Achanjala Bhakti, Akinchana Bhakti. So when we have this Akinchana Bhakti, Achanjala Bhakti of the Krishna, then it's not flickering. It's steady. It's not wavering. It's unwavering bhakti. When one who has unwavering bhakti and complete bhakti, unconditional love for Krishna, the bhakti, the Krishna always there to protect that devotee. So that's what is happening here in the case of Agasura. So then everybody went inside, and then this is the time that Agasura was looking at Krishna is not entering. Why Krishna is not entering? So Krishna was thinking what to do now. So now the boys, all the friends of Krishna already went. Now Krishna cannot stand outside. So Krishna meditated upon for a minute. Krishna also went inside. So this is the time everybody, alas, alas, all the demigods and everybody was seeing that Agasura now swallowed Krishna, and they were also kind of afraid. They were also afraid and they started to say, alas, alas. Then what happened? Then as soon as Agasura closed his mouth, Krishna was inside. And Krishna is the Yogeshwara. Krishna is known as Yogi. He is the Ishvara of all the yogis. He has all the siddhis. There is nobody can surpass the siddhi of Krishna. And every siddhi is coming from anyway, from him only. So Krishna is immediately started to grow like anything. So inside the mouth of the Agasura, Krishna grown like anything, like giant form. So he's grown and grown and grown. And this is the time then Agasura started to suffocate. And he is now struggling for his life. He is looking how to escape himself, but there is no way. And Krishna is in the inside. Agasura can't do anything. Agasura was trying to roll and suffocate the children, but nothing could be done because of now Agasura was struggling for his life. So this is the time Krishna grew and burst out from the belly of Agasura, and then the life soul, the soul of the Agasura just came out through that hole. So this is the time that everybody saw that even the children were inside. Then Krishna just glanced upon them. That's all. Krishna just glanced upon them, and everybody came back from their unconsciousness and came back. And then Krishna was looking at this dazzling light which came out from the body of Agasura. So then Krishna was so merciful, dear devotees. This is the important thing that you have to listen. So then immediately that dazzling effulgence which came out from the body of Agasura merged with Krishna. So that means Agasura got a Sayujya Mukti. Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada was mentioning here. And even Krishna in the Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that even the favorably or unfavorably, this Agasura was meditating upon Krishna, how to kill him. Even though Anasaktis, he says that Anyabhilashida Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavurdam Anukuliyana Krishnanushilanam. Anukuliyana. Bhakti Ruttama. He is the devotee, he is the topmost of the devotee. But he is so unfavorably if anybody does anything to Krishna, he is also get liberation. You know that the Kamsa got Sarupya Mukti, same form as Krishna. Pudana got Sarupya Mukti and then became the mother of Krishna. Here the Agasura was trying to kill. And then Acharya says that why this dazzling effulgence which came out from the body of Agasura? Because of when Krishna entered into the mouth of Agasura, the complete sin, everything is purified. Dear devotees, just by the touch of Krishna, everything, all the sins will be eradicated and purified. That's why when we hear we are in association with the Krishna, all our sins will be eradicated and we will become purified. When we chant the holy name, our tongue is, our body, everything, our conscience, everything is in association with Krishna. And the Krishna come and dance on the tongue, tip of the tongue of the devotee. And that purification, all the sins will be eradicated, everything will be eradicated. So similarly, when we hear, when we engage in the service of Krishna, our mind, everything is with Krishna, association of Krishna. The moment that we have that touch, this is called, dear devotees, the greatest blessings that one can have. When they become a devotee of Krishna, all their sins can be eradicated no matter what. The touch of Krishna, the remembrance of Krishna, the meditation of Krishna, the association of Krishna, association of the devotees, chanting of the holy name, engaging in the service. This is all that is, we are in connection with Krishna. We are in union. That's called Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means to connect. So this is the way that because of Krishna entered in the body of Agasura, Agasura become completely pure now. The moment Krishna drank the milk, even it was poisoned. But the touch of Mother Pudana also became completely purified. And then Pudana became the mother of Krishna. So like this, dear devotees, as soon as we have this opportunity, one should grab it. Don't hesitate, because of one can get easily purified. And all their sins can be eradicated just by hearing and associating with devotees and Krishna like this way. And then what happens? then Agasura got this Ayuja Mukti because of Agasura was always thinking even how to kill Krishna. He was just meditating. So Krishna would take that. Krishna doesn't anything do any harm to anyone, but Krishna was always showering mercy to everyone. That is the pastime. Even though Krishna protect his devotees and paritranaya sadhunam vinasha, it's not vinasha, but what happens? They all get liberation. They all get liberation. No matter because of the touch of Krishna, everything will be changed. Everything will be transformed, no matter what. So this is where we have to understand. So then in the last section of it, then this pastimes didn't speak for a year, almost a year. Nobody know what happened. So that's where Brahma came and took Parishad Maharaj asked this question to Sukadeva Goswami. Why nobody, when Parishad Maharaj became so curious now? Why, nobody spoke about this wonderful pastimes? That's where the Brahma came and stole all the gopas and the cows and put in a cave. Almost an year they were in the cave, and when they came out, then only they started to speak. So this was so wonderful pastimes like this. The devotees, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'll stop here. So this is the way that we should always, meditate and hear upon the wonderful, wonderful pastimes of the Supreme Lord. It purifies us. There is no doubt. Thank you so much. Let me stop here. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for being there. Just checking that all are there. Thank you. So are there any comments? Anything would like to add? Any reflections? Any realizations? Any questions? Please go ahead. Can we also at least unmute?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. It
Hare
was
Krishna.
nicely explained, and it gives me us courage more that Agasur was doing chanting on an unfavorable, but we are still doing favorable, so we will have some kind of mukti for sure.
Of course. No, Mataji, I mean, it's guaranteed. Krishna is guaranteed this, no matter what. This is the power of devotion. So Krishna is so dear to that's why Krishna is coming and all the covered boys and the friends and Krishna personally coming and reciprocating to that devotees. Yes, the demons and all, yes, there is some kind of pastimes, but they also have the opportunity to liberate themselves. And of course, Ayuja Mukti means one who merges with Krishna. Then they will not have an opportunity to serve. But devotee always prays that give that opportunity to serve him. We don't need anything back from Krishna, but just to serve unconditional ahetuki, unmotivated, uninterrupted service for Krishna. This is the devotee's praise. But when the demons get this kinds of mukti, they merge with Krishna, then they won't be coming back again. They will be in the body of the Lord. They will not have that opportunity. This is the favorable and unfavorable situations.
So we have opportunity to get the pleasure from the Krishna.
Exactly.
By serving, we get the pleasure.
Yes. It's a transcendental pleasure. And Krishna would also personally serve such devotees. This is the benefit of being a devotee. Okay. Hare Krishna. Padmamogi Mataji, you were about to say something?
No, Prabhuji. Actually, I just unmuted. But Prabhuji, does Agasur represent any kind of anartha in us?
Yes, Agasura is actually represents as the falsity of and within us. The when anything that we take, and also the enmity, enviousness, all these are there. Anarthas. We have these anarthas. Enviousness is there, right? So falsity and illusion, all these are. So these demons represents all those. This Bakasura represents the false guru, right? The false imposters, like that.
He wanted to take a revenge of his Putna and Bakasur.
Yes. Yeah, so these anarthas are there, and Krishna would come and goes inside and clean. See that? And then everybody become purified, and then he takes out everything, and then he gets purified.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? Any other comments, concerns, questions? Everybody is there. Can we all unmute?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
It's always, Prabhuji, nice to hear. And then it's nice to hear how Krishna is fixing all the asuras.
Yes, Krishna only can fix that asuras. So Krishna only can fix all these our problems, our anarthas. That is
Yes.
another aspect of Krishna's killing all these demons. So this way that within our heart, whatever the anarthas, the moment we get that opportunity, Krishna would come and kill those and take him as, his devotees.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, thank you for so lucidly and elaborately explaining the specific pastime of Lord Shri Krishna. You already said that all these anarthas, jealousy, enviousness, falsehood, that is, we have this, and Agasur represents that. But does Agasur as a name, what does this stand for? As we have a name, it stands for what Aghasur actually stands for.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, I don't know exactly. Bakasur, Akasur, all those names, and Putana. I mean, these are the demoniac names. I don't know whether there is any specific meaning for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a name like Putana. What it means that Putana,
Right.
So it's a name.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think anything that very specific to that name or anything, but their activities, they represent their personification. That is actually we are referring here, that their enmity and enviousness, falsity.
Thank you, Guruji. I just came to my mind, so I thought. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Any other comment?
Prabhuji, Bakasura meaning, I think it is like
Bird.
Baka means duck, right?
Duck, yes, buck.
Yeah, like that. So not sure about Agasura.
It's a bird, buck. Yeah, I mean, maybe the bird of the name of a snake, maybe it's called in Sanskrit, maybe Aka. I'm not sure. Yeah. I can check. Yeah. Also. Okay. But that is not important.
It says bad or sinful, Prabhuji, in Sanskrit.
Agasura. This is Sanskrit word.
Bad or sinful? Okay.
Yeah.
Featured in most.
Yeah, it's impurity, evil, everything, suffering, grief.
Exactly.
So, Agha in Sanskrit means sinner.
Sinner. Okay.
Okay. Agha in Sanskrit means sinner. Okay.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Anything else? Anybody else? Any questions on the topic that's most important, that we hear this and then we really come to our consciousness that, okay, now the question, okay, why it is like this? Why it is like this? We should really ask that. We should really come to that consciousness of, then it says that, it says the one who, three people are actually always get purified, as it's mentioned that. One who hears it, one who speaks, and also one who asks question, because of they are really attentively hearing this. Their intents and their desires so that they also come to their proper understanding of. It's always good to have, asking the questions, what were you understood on based on that? This way it intensifies. You'll not forget, and you'll also understand certain aspect of what we heard. So it's good to have always, have that kind of thoughts. Okay. Okay. So we'll go further then. We'll recite the Damodara Ashtakam. Let me share. Um, who would like to sing today? Any volunteers?
I would be happy to do it again. But if somebody wants to do first, I have done it once.
Yeah. So everybody can also try and they learn and so many things, right? When you do this one, also then on the Karthik, everybody.
I will try, Prabhuji. I don't have a very good voice, but I will try.
Let me share. Are you able to see it?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्रजमानम्
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam
Kundalam
Gokule
Gokule
Bhajamanam.
Brajamanam
यशोदाभियोलुखलाधावमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्य
Yashodabhyolukalaadhapaman
Yashodabhyolukalaadhapamanam
Paramishtamhatyanda
Dhrutya
Dhutya
gopya.
Gopya
रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं मृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम्
Dudandam
Udantam
Muhurnetra Jandam
Murnetrajumantam
Harambhojayupena Sadanganetram.
Sadanganetram
मुहुस्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितग्रैव दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम्
Muhushwasakambhatrirekangakanda Vidagrivam Damodaram Bhaktivedanta.
इति धृक्स्वलीलाभरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तमाख्यापयन्तम्
Iti Ananda Kunde Sugosham Nimachandam Akyapayantam.
तदीयेषिताज्ञेषु भक्तैर्जितत्वं पुनः प्रेमतस्तं सतावृत्तिवन्दे
Tadiyeshidasneshu bhaktirjitatvam Puna prema tastam sada vritti
Vande.
वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेशादपीह
Varam
Varam
deva
deva
moksham na
moksham
moksham
mokshapadim
vadimva na chanyam neham vari satapiha.
इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्या विरास्तां किमन्यै
Idam deva purnatha gopala balam सदा मे
सदा मे
मनस्याविनाशं
मनासंकृतं
मन्ये
इदन्ते मुखाम्भोजमत्यन्तनीलैर्वृतं कुन्तलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या
इदं
इदं
ते
ते
मुखं
मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीले
जमत्यन्तनीले
हृदं
हृदं
कुण्डलैः
कुण्डले
स्निग्धरक्तैश्च
स्निग्धरक्तैश्च
गोप्या
गोप्या
मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनस्या विरास्तामलं लक्षलाभै
मुहुश्चुम्बितं
मुहुर्मुखं
बिम्बरक्ताधरं
बिम्बरक्तधरं
मे
मे
मनस्या
मनस्य
विरास्तं
विरस्तमलं
लक्षलाभे
लक्ष्यलाभे
नमो देवदामोदरानन्तविष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालाब्धिमग्नम्
नमो
नमो
देवदामोदरानन्द विष्णो
देवदामोदरानन्दविष्णु
प्रसीद
परसीद
प्रभो
प्रभो
दुःख जालाब्धिमग्नम्
दुःखजालाब्धिमग्नम्
कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानो गृहाणेश मामाज्ञमेध्यक्षिदृश्यः
कृपादृष्टिस्याधिदीनं
कृपादृष्ट्यादिदीनं बतानु
गृहणेश
गृहाणेशममज्ञमध्यक्षिदिश
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च
कुबेरात्मजा बद्धमूर्तेव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च
तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वयं मे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थिदामोदरेह
तदा
तथा प्रेम
भक्तिं
भक्तिं
स्वयं
स्वकं
मे
मे
प्रयच्छ
प्रयच्छ
न
न मोक्षे
मोक्षे
ग्रहो
ग्रहो
मे
मे स्थितमोदरेह
स्थिदामोदरेह
नमस्तेऽस्तु दाम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाधविश्वस्य धाम्ने
नमस्ते
नमस्तेऽस्तु दाम्ने
सुदाम्ने
स्वरुदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय तविश्वस्य
सुदाम्ने
धाम्ने
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय
राधिकायै त्वदीया
त्वदीयप्रियाय
प्रियायै नमो
नमो
अनन्तलीलाय
अनन्तलीलाय
देवाय
देवाय
तोभ्यम्
तुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो
नमो
राधिकायै
राधिकाये त्वदीयाय प्रियाय
प्रियायै
नमो
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 नन्तलीलाय
अनन्तलीलाय
नन्तलीलाय
देवदेवाय
देवाय
देवाय
तुभ्यम्
तुभ्यम्
तोभ्यम्
नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम्
नमो
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया
नमो
प्रियाय नमो
नन्तलीलाय
नन्तलीलाय
वाय
देवाय तुभ्यम्
दामोदर राधा दामोदर
राधा दामोदर की जय।
जय
Thank you, Mother. So now we can read the translation one by one. Please go ahead.
Let's see. Okay.
To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from his swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding motor in fear of Mother Yasoda, but who has been caught from behind by her, who ran after him with greater speed to that Supreme Lord. Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances.
Seeing the weeping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with the fear, and the necklace of the pearls around his neck, which is marked with the three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with the ropes but with his mother pure love, I offer my humble obeisance.
Third one.
By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of asceticism and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in the knowledge of his supreme majesty and the opulence that he is only conquered by the devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conception of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisance to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times.
O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart, for what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? Hare Krishna.
Fifth one.
O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. Hare Krishna.
Sixth one.
O Supreme Godhead, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodara, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who's, who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Seventh one.
O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Nalkuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own prema bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Eighth one.
O Lord Damodar, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent rope which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of the entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes.
Anybody is missing? Anybody would like to read any of these verses? Nothing but a prayer. Okay, I'll read. O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda. Your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousand and thousand of other benedictions are no use to me. Thank you. Anybody else before we conclude? Okay, thank you so much, dear devotees.
Prabhuji, I have one small question
Yes,
about the November 22nd, 3rd, and 24th program at the temple, some Japa retreat, right?
yes, yes.
What time it is, Prabhuji,
Uh,
on Friday?
Friday we will have the Bhakti Risha. We'll have that, because you already planned for it. So Friday evening we'll not have this evening classes here. The devotees can attend, whoever is attending, and they will start. I think it's 6 o'clock, Mataji, on the Friday evening.
Prabhuji,
Because
in the flyer it says 3 days, right? 22,
yeah,
23.
so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, correct? Yeah.
But Friday where temple or where
No,
it
it's
will
in
happen?
temple. The Maharaj program will be in the temple.
Okay,
Yes.
so if we want to be part of that Japa retreat, Friday we should go to temple, right?
Friday, yeah. If
What
anybody would like to go, they can.
time, Prabhuji? That is
I
what.
think I think
Evening?
it's 6:30 or 6 o'clock, Maharaj. In the
In the
beginning,
in the evening, Friday.
Friday evening.
And
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, I don't know exactly the timing, but it starts almost like 7:30 early in the morning. Maharaj comes, and
Oh,
then
that's
7:30 to
cool.
9. Then there is a prasadam, then 10 to 11:30, and then a couple of sections, then lunch break. Then it
Okay.
starts again at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Then there is 2 sections in the evening. Then it comes to Sunday as actually the full chanting, 64 rounds of chanting. Everybody can sit.
Okay,
But
we'll get more details as we get closer, right?
yes, the thing is, yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And Prabhuji, they are given an option to do online registration too. I did online registration.
Oh, you did all right. Okay.
Registration is not, it's in our temple, right?
It's it's not online. It's that someone has to personally, physically go to the temple.
Yeah, registration is not necessary. I thought I
Yeah,
read it's not.
registration is not necessary. I mean, it's good to know the people, how many people are going to come, right, for the prasadam and all the arrangements.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if there are 50, 60 devotees, then accordingly we can arrange prasadam. Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, yes, about this discussion. How are the details? Like 3 days?
So 3 days, yes, 3 days of retreat. Maharaj is going to give how to focus, how to we can chant more properly. What are the other details of chanting the holy name and offenses? How we can focus more and dedicate more, and how we can develop the taste for chanting the holy name. That's the most important. As I say that, mantra siddhi. So that one will be always, and this one can realize that when we come to that stage, he reaches to that state of, it's now anything else. The chanting is the foremost of that devotee. He relishes while chanting the holy name. He sees, he completely endures into the past tense. This is a perfection of chanting the holy name, or it's called Shuddhanam or pure chanting. So Maharaj is going to speak how one can reach to that level of Shuddhanam, or how we can, what are the practices, what are the ways, what are the different other techniques, and what we need to do. All these things, can be discussed. Maharaj will be discussing or moreover to that. And then, then one can develop and one can also practice that. And then slowly we can also develop the taste for chanting the holy name, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a supreme Lord. When Lord himself specified that if one chants the holy name sincerely and purely, that's more than good enough. That is good enough more than anything else. So chanting is very powerful. One can try and one can come to that stage.
And Prabhuji, so Maharaj is going to speak maybe for 60 minutes, right?
Morning, yeah, around 1 hour, then question and answers. Like just for an example, maybe Saturday morning
Mm-hmm.
when Maharaj speaks, maybe start at 7:30 or 7:45. Maharaj may like speak at like 8:45 and then question and answer and then go for the prasadam for the.
And then all we are supposed to chant over there in
No,
temple,
no,
or
no,
we come back
no,
home?
no. We have to chant separately. Morning chanting, we should do it ourselves,
Okay.
and and then the class is not for chanting on that. Class is
Okay.
only on the free time. Then you can chant and finish your rounds.
Okay. So I thought maybe we have to chant in the temple. So no.
That is on Sunday.
That is on Sunday all day?
All day, 64 rounds chanting.
Okay.
One can start from the early morning.
And somebody going to watch who is chanting all
I
day?
mean, yeah, I mean, it's as we all devotees, right? When they say I'm going to chant 64 rounds, it's up to you whether you want to chant or not to chant.
And can we walk while chanting back and
Yeah, yeah,
forth
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
temple
yeah.
hall?
Yes. You can, even you sit for quite long and then if you want to chant standing or walking, you can chant. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay. Anything else before we conclude? Okay. Let's conclude. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patidanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaura Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. And remember, and as mentioned that, so next week is, next Friday is the last day of Kartik. And next Tuesday onwards, Bhishma Panchaka. Bhishma Panchaka, you know that, the 5 days. And as we all, whoever not done this fasting or didn't take anything on this month of Kartik, at least they can do this for the last days of this Kartik, that 5 days of Kartik. Then that is, somehow or other that you can also consider as that as a, the fasting for the Kartik. And it's very purifying, very powerful. And then also there is an Ekadashi on that day. And that's where you want to accept Ekadashi Vrat and the Kartik. And then 5 days of Bhishma Panchak. It's all very, very beneficial. And don't miss this opportunity.
That Ekadashi is on Friday or Thursday? Or Tuesday?
Ekadashi is on Tuesday. Tuesday, Utthana Ekadashi. That's Utthana Ekadashi. That's the Lord awakens from the the sleep, transcendental sleep.
So Friday we have temple program. Is that confirmed?
Mostly yes. Mostly yes. There will be a mostly there is be a temple. We'll send the details out here.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Also, there are a lot of weekend programs. At least attend some of the whatever you can. So there's a Kartik last week of Kartik. Or you can say the second last week of Kartik. Please take this, associate and hear and engage and offering, the Gilam to the Lord. So many ways we can participate and engage. So that's why this body is given to us, dear devotees, always not for, this body belongs to the Lord, not for us. This body not belongs to us. Okay, always remember that. So we should engage this body and the mind and all belongs to the Lord for the service of the Lord. That is given to us in the human form. Engage yourself as much as you can. Okay, thank you so much. We'll conclude here. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.